Yo, what's up, YouTube? How's it going, boys? So I've been working on my quality, man. I've been working on my mic quality, trying to get it better. And I've been working on my cam quality, trying to get it better. So yes, I tried some things out. So man, we're gonna see how it works. But today we're gonna be watching CJ Champ, the trial of THRAGG, VILTRUMS final boss. We're gonna check it out. We've been on an invincible grind, it seems, recently. Let's see what he's talking
So
about.
nervous about
You know
fighting
we love
this
CJ.
THRAGG guy. No way he lives up to the hype.
A few
Hold
moments
on, let me turn off.
later.
I got this.
Your life literally is as valuable as a summer ant. Your life
Yeah.
is nothing.
He
You
always
serve
getting packed.
zero purpose. Because what are you here for? To worship me? Kill you.
Oh my god, his jaw is gone. Where did his jaw go?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what time it is. Court is now in session because it's time for a trial. And it is for none other than the crispiest Viltrumite in the galaxy. Viltrum's final.
Okay, that hairline is good. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like this right here is like throwing me off with the little razors. But no, as far as I know, with THRAGG, let me see, because I watched Invincible, but I only watched till before THRAGG came up because I haven't watched past that. But I know THRAGG is supposed to be like insane. Like Conquest was crazy, and he's supposed to be stronger than Conquest by like a fuck.
Final boss, Grand Regent,
Which is
THRAGG.
insane, by the way.
So, y'all already know
Very
how this
insane.
works. We got the evidence and it is ready to be presented. And my God, I gotta say, this is some of the most damning evidence a character has ever had. So,
Yeah.
without further ado, Exhibit A.
Okay, show me
All
what
right, let's
THRAGG
get
got.
down to business. Exhibit A, THRAGG's rise to power and his multiple atrocities. Now, we
Yeah.
actually got a glimpse of THRAGG's back.
I mean, to be fair, anybody who's a Viltrumite is gonna have some insane shit going on. So
Backstory right
That's
here.
just-
And just from this backstory alone, you could already tell that THRAGG was a crazy ass nigga because this man is responsible for multiple horrible atrocities. So let's start off with example one. This one planet was trying to start a rebellion because they were fed up with the Viltrumites' rule. So they
Yeah.
decided to blow some shit up and retaliate. So the Viltrumite higher ups, or Argos Council, whatever the hell you want to call them, had a meeting to discuss of what they should do about this rebellion. Now Krieg and Thetis were basically arguing the whole time because Krieg straight up proposed that they should just decimate the whole planet to show the strength of the Viltrum Empire and strike fear into the species that was trying to rebel.
okay, hold on.
Thetis,
We'll
on the
input
other hand,
first.
proposed that they shouldn't decimate their planet because the Viltrumite rule over this species was cruel and inhumane. And he thought that since this species showed some type of pushback against their oppressors, that it was an act of strength and Viltrum should respect it because their main core value was strength.
Okay, so with that being said, they both have insanely like good proposals for real. Like I ain't even gonna doubt. Bro, one is saying, okay, these people want to kill us. Makes sense because we're we're their leaders, so we should just go ahead and wipe them out so we don't have to worry about it. But the other dude is saying that Viltrumite is entirely built on only strength, the survival of the fittest, basically. So because of the survival of the fittest, he's saying, hey, let's look at them with respect because they're willing to fight the people who already have them imprisoned, which I low-key respect too. I think that's a good idea. Just me. I think they should respect their strength though. Just because Viltrumite is supposed to be like oh yeah, you're strong. Well, but does that really make them strong though, or does it just make them,
Now, while they kept yapping, Argol decided to shut both of them up. Then he asked THRAGG, young nigga THRAGG, my crispy.
That's your first
apprentice,
mistake.
What
Wow.
do you think
Would
we
you
should
ask
do
him?
about this minor inconvenience? And THRAGG straight up said that these creatures were so weak that their weakness was an offense to the natural order of the universe.
Okay, this nigga just wants the box. What the fuck? He just straight up wants the box
And
though.
we should educate them on why they're so ass. And after hearing
Damn,
THRAGG's
okay.
rant, Argol was like, now that is why you are my right-hand man. Tax them niggas 25% of their population.
25% of their population is insane, by the way.
This man THRAGG
Wow.
is responsible for this race losing 25% of their
Jesus.
population. A quarter of these niggas was wiped off the map because THRAGG thought they was weak as hell. Now, let's move into
I mean,
example 2.
he
His
is a
first
Viltrumite.
day is
That's what they
Emperor.
do.
Now, after Argyle got assassinated and took a big-ass shank to the skull from Optimus Prime, they had a massive funeral for this man, and it was broadcasted across the entire planet. So
Hey, Thrag low-key, he low-key clean as fuck though, ain't he?
after Thrag
Other
was
than the
done giving
hairline.
the eulogy, he does what is quite possibly one of the craziest things a leader could ever do. He said that there
Now,
is
his
a
hairline pretty
sickness
tough.
in our society and it needs to be cut out. So he points at this melanated brother behind him and asks him, "You, do I look fresh today?"
I like it cut, G.
I don't believe you.
Oh shit. Okay, but like, is that Omni-Man? Because that look, he looks like Mark, and I assume that's like, that's got to be Omni-Man, dude. But what I was gonna say was, if you go back, I want to know what he actually said, what he asked him, and what the other dude said to
He
make him die.
decapitated this brother for
Why?
no reason at all. He chopped his head clean off to make an example out of him. So after
That's
he just
so fun.
murdered this dude in front of everyone,
yeah.
this man
And
gets on
he
the mic and
fights.
says, "As my first command as Grand Regent, I, THRAGG, hereby officially announce the first ever Viltrum culling games. Seek out
Gonna start killing each
every
other for
single
real.
sorry ass nigga in our population and eradicate them. Purge every weak nigga from our population." So after THRAGG gave this speech, all hell just broke loose across the entire planet, and the Great Purge began.
Okay, so I do have a question about that as well. I'm assuming this is when Omni-Man was young, right? Like you know, not like a kid, but like you know, like just hit adulthood, probably type of thing. How did he survive this? Was he like tough back then, or what? Because I'm actually curious how he
Guys
survived.
just started killing each other off one by
Damn.
one, so they could weed out
Oh,
every person
shit.
they considered weak.
Oh
And
no!
It wasn't just
Wait, were they finna pull him apart?
the
Oh.
adults doing it too. It was the kids as well. Look at
Oh
them
my
jumping
God.
this little nigga.
Why
Bro
are they
got
beat-
jumped by 3 other kids that got
Oh.
stomped out to death. This was just straight up horrific. And
That's
I'm gonna keep
fucked.
it a beam. This had to be one of the worst ways to ever find out who was weak or not. Because what this was a battle royale. Anything could
anything
happen.
goes.
You could literally get cheap kills off of niggas for third partying another 1v1. It could be
Ooh.
10 times
Bro, he just hit that dude with the fucking Batman and Bane back break. What the
better
fuck?
than you. But you could literally wait until their 1v1 was over and they were at half HP. And just come behind them and sneak
Okay,
your ass.
that
Like, this
is
shit
some-
stupid.
that's bullshit.
And God forbid a nigga ran into a motherfucker like Conquest.
Oh.
Because that was just instant death. It didn't matter how strong you were if you ran into that nigga. That is just straight up bad RNG.
Cause he's big as fuck. Like I get you have super strength. You know, all Viltrumites have super strength. But then why does he need to be yokey like that? He's like extra yokey. Like, why does he have to be that fucking big if he's already has super strength?
And
I feel like
at the
that's
end
unfair.
of this
He'd be in the
purge
gym
that
for it.
THRAGG started, it led to half of their population getting wiped out.
Half?
Billions of Viltrumites died because of this purge. And those billions of bodies
But
are
they
on
the strong
THRAGG's
ones.
head. Because he literally commanded them to do this.
What's
and
that
now we're
phase?
at our third major atrocity. And that was his
Invading
invasion on
Telestria?
Telestria. This nigga pulled up in a big ass Star Destroyer and
Mm-hmm.
started burning this city to the ground and destroying everything.
Oh my God, that poor
Millions
dude's
of innocent people were
legs.
getting boomed and
Oh my God, that dude's body.
vaporized while this man was just sitting in his ship and looking down on all this death and destruction. And there is a high probability that this man would have probably just scorched the whole planet if
Yeah.
Mark and friends didn't destroy his ship and make him tweak out about losing Argyle's skull. But I think that we can all agree after looking at these 3 atrocities that this man THRAGG is just a straight up space time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I know people be saying like, "Oh yeah, Omni-Man," or whatever fucking shit they be talking about. Omni-Man being tough, or fucking Battle Beast being tough. He's one of my favorites in the show, by the way. Battle Beast is fucking tough. But like everybody says how bad Omni-Man was. But bro, if you look at the people who lead his society, dude, he really is. He's a little flower in like a pit of lava.
Because
Real
there is
talk.
nothing more that this nigga loved to do than conquer civilizations and spread bloodshed wherever he
Yeah,
went.
he a real one. He straight boxing. He ain't ready for nothing but straight boxing.
Exhibit B.
In Albion,
My
no
bad.
matter where
I ain't
you
got
go
spot.
or
Hey,
what
I ain't
you
got
do,
premium
your
yet.
mouth
Hey,
will
when I become a
accompany
real
you on your
YouTuber though.
journey.
All right. Exhibit B. Putting the fraud allegations to rest. Man, oh man.
Also, my bad. Hate to pause again. Why does everybody do that for every show in anime? Like every animated show, like Naruto, Bleach, all them fucking movies, IRL, dude. Dude, everybody's like, oh my god, this dude didn't beat somebody up in like the first 30 seconds of me knowing him. He's a fraud. Like what? Okay, like with like certain people, I can see it, but like, dude, like with like Mihawk, bro, Mihawk in One Piece fought Vista for literally like 10 seconds, bro, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Mihawk's a fucking fraud because he didn't one tap him." It's like what?
The amount of
And he
people
wasn't
that
even
were
going
calling
out.
THRAGG a fraud before
Isn't
episode
that
7
THRAGG's a
was
fraud?
just flat out
How?
insane. Like, we're now in a era where if a new character ain't doing some shit like ore farming or putting belt to ass niggas
Exactly.
in the first 5 minutes of their screen time, they're putting them on fraud
That's
watch.
what I'm saying.
We're actually calling him a fraud before he even threw his first punch. Now, if
Hating
you
ass.
were a part of the crowd that was calling THRAGG a fraud before all this happened, all is forgiven. As long as you sign this document and turn it in by the end of the trial. Now, everyone should have known THRAGG was all about that action the moment the coalition pulled up to Viltrum. Because they
Yeah.
pulled up searching for this man just for him to
Ooh,
meet them at
shit.
the
That's
front door.
Aura.
Bro said, you ain't even got to search for me, gang. I'm right here and I'm ready to throw down. So Thula
Straight
comes from
boxing.
behind and sneaks Status in the back. And all the
He
other
good?
Viltrumites end up surrounding them. Because THRAGG set up an ambush because he knew they were going to try to track him down and kill him on Viltrum. So
Hey, but why Battle Beast looks so clean though? He's literally the top of the top when it comes to looking fucking clean. Look at this nigga right over here. Look at his little gold ass, little big ass dude, bro.
he sicks his minions to start jumping the coalition, while he just straight up sat back and watched them fight the whole time.
Makes
This
sense.
dude didn't even bother to move from the spot he was in till Space Racer shot his Infinity Ray at him. And all
Aura.
he did was move back a couple of inches. This man didn't give a flying
Hell yeah.
about a laser that would one-shot him. He just
Damn it,
straight up had
one-shot
the
him?
confidence to know that that shit wasn't hitting him. So the first person
Nah,
that
not with
actually
that
tried to
hairline.
fight him was Omni-Man. So Nolan flew in and tried to hit him. But all
Okay.
THRAGG did was
Show me
move
some.
back a couple of inches again and make Nolan hit straight
That's
air.
fair.
Then THRAGG flew above him and winded up a punch
Ooh,
from
shit.
the heavens. And if you take a
Dude,
look
he
at Nolan's
really does have that bitch like that. Bro, why did he go like up here to send the fucking
face
hit
right
him?
here, you can tell that he
He
is
said,
clearly
I fucked
thinking,
up.
Damn. He really about to rock
He's like,
my
bro,
shit.
please, bro. He said, please, bro, don't do this to me.
THRAGG punched
It's
this
too
nigga
late.
Nolan so hard he turned into a living, breathing meteor
God.
and made him crash all the way down on the surface of Viltrum. So after THRAGG hit Nolan with a stage change, THRAGG came down and tried to hit Nolan with some good old talk no jutsu. He was telling him, Nolan, big dog, come home. Why are you fighting for these sorry ass, weak ass niggas? Thetis' sorry ass killed our emperor and brought us to death.
Oh, wait, hold up. Thetis is the one that killed THRAGG's master or mentor or whatever, which is Argyle. I didn't know that. How is Thetis able to, like, even, I know he snuck up on him and stabbed him in the head, but even still, like, shouldn't Argyle be like an insane fucking unit? Like, shouldn't he be like just like unstoppable to the point where it's like kind of scary, like how THRAGG is? Because the way people be walking around with THRAGG, they're like, oh my god, it's THRAGG. You know what I'm saying? But with Argyle, he could just walk up and be like, oh yeah, let me stab this dude in the top of the head.
And you want to
Like,
align
really?
with that Autobots roll out.
Unless he was
sounding
sick or
ass nigga?
something, 'cause
But
he was
Nolan tried
old.
to tell THRAGG that he was a changed man now. And he was done sipping from that Viltrum Kool-Aid to be a brainwashed space tyrant. So
Yep,
after
W.
Nolan tried to get THRAGG to stop and surrender, THRAGG looked at Nolan dead in the face and said, oh, Nolan, how far
He
you
finna beat
fall?
your ass.
Looks like that Earth Coochie really made you a soft ass nigga. So THRAGG winds up a punch that was so strong it created a vortex. And he hits Nolan with a sure Yukin from hell that sent Nolan flying all the way back up into the stratosphere.
Oh my God.
So after Nolan got
How
sent back
fast
to
was he
outer
moving?
space, the next person that tried to step up was everyone's favorite useless purple punching bag, Oliver. Now,
Wait, hold on. Oliver, that's Mark's brother, right? The one that Nolan cheated on the insects with, Betty or whatever her name is. And because he cheated on her, they had a kid, and then the kid like grew like hella fast, and then Conquest, like, I'm pretty sure in the Conquest video we watched, he got beat the fuck up, and the dude was trying to pull his body apart. Is that the same guy? Because if so, I don't even know why he's still fighting.
Before we
should've
observe
quit
what happens to
long
this
ago.
half-insect buffoon, I want y'all to
Okay,
hear
yeah, that's it.
exactly what Oliver says 20 minutes before this fight starts.
That's
Roll the
it.
clip.
Oh,
Why
with
is
the
everyone so nervous about fighting this THRAGG guy? No way he lives up to the hype.
Now, as we can see, Oliver is basically representing
yo. To be fair, he's a Twitter. He sounds like a Twitter person, because that's how the Twitter people be when they be saying that Thrag is trash or he's a fraud. They're like, there's no way he can live up to the hype until he beats you the fuck
that
up.
put THRAGG on Fraud Watch. He himself was not believing in all the hype.
Yep.
Even after his dad straight up told him, however strong you think you are,
That
THRAGG
nigga's
is
stronger.
stronger. But Oliver, being a
No way he can hear that, and then the first reaction is, dude, think of Conquest. Think back when he got beat the fuck up by Conquest, right? Thrag is stronger than that Conquest that beat them the fuck up by a lot.
hard-headed ass nigga and not listening to any of the warnings about THRAGG ended up being on the receiving end of one of the most brutal scenes in the series. Oliver flew in to punch THRAGG, but THRAGG stops him with one hand. Then he crushes Oliver's hand and grabs him by
He
the
tried to
arm when he
run.
tried to get away.
Stupid
And you
ass.
can see
That's what
it
you
in
get for talking
Oliver's
that
face
fucking
when he
shit,
finally
dude. Now you
realized
gotta get
that
beat
he
up, too.
fucked up. And he should have listened to his pops the whole time, but
Yep.
it was all too late for him. THRAGG backhands Oliver so hard, his jaw falls off and his left arm got snatched.
How come every time I see him fighting, he's losing body parts and getting beat up? Please let me know. Fuck,
Playing
another
on
ad.
iPhone? Now
What
you
up,
can
guys?
play
I'm
Unlocked
sorry
on
for
PC
that.
with Google Play Game.
Ah, man. Attempted murder and tack on the child abuse.
Yes.
This nigga Oliver is the most useless person on this squad. He was a waste of
He
space.
is.
And I already know some of y'all gonna be like, but CJ, what about Tech Jacket? You see, at least Tech Jacket knows her role. Sit in the back line, shoot your Viltrumite debuff darts at him, and get your assist. She's being a
Okay,
good
yeah,
support
that's
character.
hey, she actually is a good team player. Like
Oliver, on the
100%.
other hand, is that one brain dead DPS on your team that goes into a fight alone, dies, and asks where the team was at as he's feeding the other team. This nigga is just straight up garbage. This little nigga was talking crazy as hell, all for him to get his jaw broken off and not being able to talk again for the foreseeable future. Fucking trash can, bro. So
Yeah.
after Oliver got humbled by THRAGG, Mark tried to rush in on THRAGG with a rage boost, all for THRAGG to flash him with one of the craziest
Yo, that actually is one of the cleanest. He looks like a Eins Ul Gon, that dude. Bro, I think I said that before. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. But dude, he actually looks like him from the, I forgot what anime it was from, but he'd be like, Eins Ul Gon. It literally looks exactly like him.
frames of all time, then
That's
stopping
clean.
his punch with his hairline. Then after he showed Mark his fresh lineup that he got right before this battle, he gives him a left and a mean-ass gut check, then grabs him by the neck and tip slaps him out of Viltrum's orbit. Look at the impact frame of this man getting the shit slapped out of him. He slapped the taste out this nigga's mouth
Literally.
and made his whole head do a 180 before his whole body got put in reverse. Not gonna lie, gang, just for this, I'm giving him an extra attempted murder.
Yeah.
Because this pimp slap was uncalled for, bruh. So damn disrespectful. Then after he pimp slapped Mark, he flew up to my glorious King Battle Beast.
I'm glad he fucks with Battle Beast too. It sucks that I gotta see Battle Beast get folded though.
Put him in his jaw, then grabbed his jetpack, then threw him to a whole other solar system because we don't see him again for the rest of the fight. Just for doing that to my goat, that's attempted murder. Because throwing
Bro,
Battle Beast like
facts.
a toy into deep space is actually insane. So
Yo, wait, so like, let me just ask this. Did Battle Beast ever come back? Like when he threw him somewhere. I don't know where he threw him, but whenever he threw him, did Battle Beast ever come back after the fight or after everything was done? Or is he like lost somewhere deep in space, like fucking 400 years that way?
since everyone was
I'm
getting
actually
dog
curious.
walked by THRAGG, they decided the best thing to do was to just destroy the whole planet. So Space Racer shot his infinity ray at the planet, and Mark, Nolan, and Thetis fly into the planet's core and blow it up. So
Damn.
after these three blew up the planet, they
Wait.
sent THRAGG.
Wait, hold up. So they blew up Viltrum? Or Viltrumite or Viltrum? Yeah, they blew up Viltrum, right? Which is their home, Thrag's home. And they didn't, isn't Thrag the leader? So obviously, if you blow up the leader's entire planet, he's gonna lose his shit and he's gonna get a rage boost, is he not? Which is not good for any of them other than him, because he's gonna whoop you and he's gonna feel better after he beats you up. Not the best.
This man looked directly at Thetis, locked onto his target like he was a heat-seeking missile, and ripped Thetis' head clean off of his shoulders.
His fucking face, he still wasn't even
Ladies and
reacting
gentlemen,
yet.
that was just straight up murder.
Look at them,
Niggas
they're
didn't
still
even get a
reacting
chance
to him
react.
doing
All
that.
he saw in his last moments was Thrag's crispy-ass hairline, blitzing him at Mach speed. Then he displayed his head to everyone, then crushed it into mush while telling everyone they're next. So after he sent Optimus Prime back to the Bayverse, he grabs Nolan with no hesitation and just starts to lay the smackdown on this nigga. While Nolan couldn't do anything, he couldn't fight back at all. Thrag then low-key started hitting Nolan with the Superman Injustice 2 super move, just yo-yoing his body with punches. Then Mark came in and tried to help out, but he gets punched in the throat and he can't breathe anymore. So Nolan tried to attack, but he gets his wrist shattered. Then when Mark saw Thrag flying towards him, his fight or flight senses.
He tried to run, didn't he?
Mark hit the jets and just tried to skedaddle, but Thrag was chasing him and he was on his ass. Look
He's
at
faster.
the expression.
Okay, stop right there. Look, if you're in this situation, he's right behind you. If he's looking at you like that, chances are he could have caught you already. And he's playing the game. He's just playing the game. He's doing what you do. Because in no world should a dude be looking at you with so much anger and he looks more disgruntled than anything. He's like frustrated, mad, but not really. More annoyed, like almost like they're insects. That is what I'll go with.
Right here. This is the face of a man who is terrified and is running from death itself.
Yeah.
So Thrag grabs Mark and starts giving him ferocious back shots.
Oh
then
my
after
God.
he finished giving Mark back shots, he had him hoisted up and he was about to end this man's existence right here. But Nolan comes in and saves Mark at the last second. So after Mark got saved, Mark asked, "Dad, how do we beat him?" And Nolan looked back at his son and said, "Son, we're cooked."
Yeah. Oh.
Introducing gravity like you've never seen before.
Oh my God, dude, he punched right through his stomach. Look, what is up with people and punching people through their body parts in Invincible? Because like, dude, every time I see it, it just makes me think of it if like I'm in their position. And is that really something that you want to be a part of? Me personally, I don't really want to be a part of that. That's just me though.
Lord have mercy, Thrag gave Nolan the Viltrumite special technique. That is just flat out attempted murder.
Yeah.
Then Thrag grabbed Mark by the neck again and gave him a headbutt that was probably heard around the cosmos. Then he started to squeeze his head and he was going to crush Mark's head just like he did to Thetis. But at the last second, Thrag decides to stop because he realized that too much Viltrumite blood has been spilled. So he lets Mark off the hook and leaves him for dead in space with his father and
Okay, so number one, where the fuck did all these other Viltrumites come from? Were they boxing the whole time too? But even still, yo, Thrag is a fucking dog, bro.
Brother. This man Thrag shut those fraud allegations up real quick because he just straight up wiped the floor with everyone. Omni-Man got left with his guts hanging out. Mark got put into another coma, and Oliver had to get put in a Bacta tank with a new shiny mechanical jaw and a prosthetic arm to go with it.
Dude, damn.
Exhibit C. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude,
we have.
Imagine if he didn't imagine if he just didn't have that little, too much Viltrumite blood is spared, or spilled today. Because he could have for real just murdered all of them, but he chose not to. That's actually W, man.
And final exhibit. Exhibit C. PTSD and holding Earth hostage. Now, after Thrag put belt to ass to the coalition and left the whole family for dead in space, Mark thought they were going to go to Earth and destroy everything. So when Mark finally recovered from the beating that Thrag gave him, It is revealed that Mark got his ass beat so bad, he got PTSD. But
Damn.
not just your regular PTSD. This nigga Mark got specifically post-thragmatic stress disorder. Not gonna lie,
That's
I think
tough.
we haven't seen a case of PTSD this severe since Slade did this shit to Robin.
Hey, I watched that one. That was telling good. And if his PTSD was that bad, bruh, he can't do nothing in the real world without thinking of that one person that beat the fuck
Because
out of
Mark
him.
was tweaking out so hard, he was seeing things just like Robin was. So let's go through some of the examples real
That's
quick
not
of
good.
how severe this actually was.
Okay.
Example 1. Mark finally comes back home to see his mother for the first time after the war. So this
Gotcha.
was supposed to be a heartwarming moment.
Yeah,
but
should
it
be.
goes south real quick. While Mark was talking to his mom, he
Okay.
looked away for like 1 second. And when he turned around again, he sees Daddy
Damn, he's
getting
in her
shot out
house?
by THRAGG. And THRAGG tells him, this is the smallest repayment for what you did. And rips his head clean off.
Oh, he did
I'm
that
not
to
gonna
her?
lie, this shit got me for a quick second. Cause this happened so fast it felt like a jump scare. Bro really thought for a second that he saw his mother get her head ripped off before he finally snapped back into reality. But this
Oh
was only
shit!
his
I'm
first.
not gonna lie, bro. Hey, bro, that shit, hey, that shit would have got me folding too. I ain't gonna lie.
Thragmatic stress disorder episode, because there were more to come. Example 2. Mark
Okay.
and Eve were having a very important
No, not his
conversation
shorty.
about how life's been for her since Mark left. And she was about to give him the whole lore
No,
dump of what all
no,
happened
no,
when
no,
he
no,
left.
no.
So right before she was about to tell Mark that she was pregnant,
Oh.
she gets her head snatched by THRAGG. And THRAGG starts to hold her up
Bruh.
above Mark and tells him, you took away what I loved. Now I'm taking what you love.
Nigga
little
THRAGG
nigga."
is
So
tough,
he
though.
starts to gouge her eyes out and crush her face. Then her other eyeball ends up popping out of her head before he finally kills her in front of Mark. Then throws her lifeless body right back at him. This nigga Mark was going through hell. He was living a nightmare because he couldn't tell if this was real or not. Eve
I
had
thought-
to
I ain't
snap
gonna lie.
this man out of the genjutsu that he was stuck in because he
Yeah.
was actually stun locked. Now, let's
Yo, that's
observe
crazy,
example
dog.
3. Mark is giving the debrief to Cecil about the
really
war.
like
and was
Cecil, so if he
low-key about
died,
to
I'm
ask
like,
him for a
eh.
therapist. Now, while their conversation continued, Mark
Mm-hmm.
closed his eyes. And the moment he looked back up, he sees THRAGG giving Cecil the VILTRUMite special move.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. With Cecil, it's like it's kind of like here or there. I'm like, like, oh no, it's Cecil. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like not terrible feeling, but you kind of feel bad for him because you know he's just trying to do what's right. But I don't really fuck with him. But dude, the fact that this dude literally is having memories or like not even memories, thoughts about this nigga THRAGG after one ass whooping. We'll
And while
never
he
fight
had
that
his
nigga
body
again.
lifted
I
up, he told Mark,
promise.
just to let you know, I'm still in your head. And not even therapy can repair the shit I did to you. Then he throws Cecil's lifeless body to the side like trash. And after this, Mark just started hyperventilating because he was having a panic attack mid-PTSD till Cecil finally calmed this nigga down and brought him back to reality. So after Mark
Snap
went through
back
like
to reality
3
type shit.
post-traumatic stress disorder episodes, Mark decided to go on a flight to clear his head. And while he was out flying, he sees THRAGG again. So
Oh, is
Mark,
this
thinking
fake?
he's having another episode, closes his eyes and starts to
Don't
think in
ever
his
do
head,
that, just
this
in
is not
case.
real, this nigga's not here. This is not
Don't
real,
do it
this
just in
nigga's not
case,
here.
though,
This is
dog.
not real, this nigga's not here. So when Mark opens up his eyes again, THRAGG was still.
Okay. To be fair though, he has been tweaking out the last few days anyway. But the fact that THRAGG did the same thing that happens in his mind, except he didn't murder him, is wild to me. Because he usually, when every time he closes his eyes, he pops up, THRAGG is there. This nigga closed his eyes, popped up, and this nigga THRAGG is standing in front of him. Like, you don't sit. I would
And he
have
told him,
pissed
yes,
myself for
little
real.
nigga, we indeed are here. And this
We
was when Mark
indeed
finally
are here.
realized that the THRAGG standing in front of him was
Was real.
indeed the real THRAGG. So Mark
Body
starts
test.
freaking out and begins to hit THRAGG over and over again. But THRAGG just took all of this with no reaction.
Why is
Then
he looking
called
so
Mark's face and
disappointed?
threw him back to where he started. Then THRAGG told him, stop, low nigga. I didn't come here to fight. I came here to talk. So THRAGG gives this
Huh.
man a little smile, then tells Mark, here's how this is about to go down, little nigga. You took our home, so now we're taking yours. So from this day forward, yes, we will be using Earth as a breeding ground to repopulate our forces and rebuild our empire. And
Sounds
don't worry,
fair, to be
they've
honest.
already started. Krieg done cracked like 6 of your Earth holes already. That one-eyed motherfucker's having the time of his life right now. And Lucan is already famous. He's been hosting this show called Family Feud under an alias name, Steve Harvey or some shit. But that's besides the point. What you need to know is this, little nigga. You're going to let us coexist with you. And if you don't, we will rip this planet in half. Also, I will need to acquire the location of your planet's best barbers. Their services will be needed.
This thing always got to get the hairline crispy as hell, boy. But dude, another thing though, with this being said, yo, can you really be mad at him? Because they literally destroyed his planet for no reason, just because they was getting their ass beat down. But they the ones that was looking for him to beat him down. And he beat the fuck out of him, and then they destroyed his planet. So now he's living on the planet, hitting all the huzz that he got on this earth, just smacking the huzz so they can repopulate to go back to Viltrum. And he said, if you try to intervene, we're gonna rip the planet apart. That sounds fair to me.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
to
Hey, I'm on his side all of a
basically
sudden.
has no choice. And THRAGG officially takes the entire planet of Earth as hostage.
Hey, look at
turns
his
it
face.
into
He's
a
like, oh yeah, I'll
Viltrumite
cook that shit up.
breeding farm. Ladies and gentlemen, after observing all of this evidence and tallying up this long list of charges, this is a pass
Fuck
with
yeah.
flying
There's
colors.
gotta be a pass.
This man THRAGG belongs
Ain't never seen
in
a
the
nigga pass
elite
easier.
category for menaces. He pulled off this list of charges in 3 episodes, gang. That is
It
like
was
a
only
new
3 episodes. Yo, he was putting in that fucking
record for
work.
Charles or some shit. And this is just the tip of the iceberg because the files on this man are going to continue over the years. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. And until our next trial that is coming up very soon, I bid y'all farewell.
Yo, once again, Caesar the Champ with the best videos ever, dog. I love watching this dude. But bro, if you like the video, bro, make sure to like it, comment, subscribe, man. Show me what you want to see in the next one, man. You got a certain thing you want me to see? You got a certain thing you want me to react to? Maybe you got a game you want me to play. Scary games? I love scary games. But yeah, man, whatever it is, let me know, bro, so I can, so I can become a better YouTuber. I'm trying to post more consistently. That's why I was working on my mic and my headset, my camera. But dude, yeah, thank you for everything y'all do, bro. I love you all. Peace.